see them coming. He does. Fire flies up to the right, but the Zeus able to close the gap, and no one. First down to half HP already. The Thunder got Grab, negating the heals from Chen, blowing up the Mars as well. Now it's a bloodbath. Sweden strong TP'd into the Fen just to die. And solos Chen, what are you doing? A double for Dahak. Tier 2 neutral items and swap the Bristle back in. Serpent Water Familiars. He's meant to be tanky.
This is defensive capabilities, but if you're able to like win a fight and force a shot, oh god, no, Roger.
They saw Roger. They were going for Roger, but no one is the one to die first. Harvey desperately need to trade out of the back of this. Throws the Serpent Wards down. He will drop, but look at how quickly Bet Bloom swarm down towards the bottom lane. They're ready here with familiar stuns landing on Solo and B2, and they're blowing up Lays as well. And Sweden strong, and notice he's the one to come out with a triple kill. Swap back from Taneko as well. B2 displaced out of his base, star broken, killed off, and Dahak on a wicked 6 streak. Another massive team fight for Bet Boom as they're diving behind tier 3s. Notice is going for it. He looks forward, star breaker, 3 hits, cracks down the Chen. Most net worth by 25 minutes. I think Bristleback.
The highest total magical pure damage, probably Zeus.
Zeus, yeah.
Total magical pure damage by 10 minutes, probably Zeus.
I've got to go in. Sweden Strong getting slapped down already.
All right, fair enough. Play with the least deaths, not Sweden Strong.
At the end of the game?
30 seconds to battle.
I think that's a difficult one. I'm gonna put Lal. I think Lal's gonna pop off. Even though I kind of think this game, this series is gonna go 3 games.
Yeah.
Hey! Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm putting Lal.
I'm putting V2 and calling it a day.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Wow. I think Lal could be Lal too.
I'm just putting. I'm putting Lal for all 4.
Damn. I put Lal for the middle too. And then B2 for the other 2. Whatever, it doesn't matter. This Bristle, it's not the freest game, honestly. Just playing into Zeus core, who has the static field shard that does percentage damage, is always really nice. Like you said, there's that break talent on Shadow Shaman, which is something to think about later down the line. I think Visage, whilst Bristle's picked usually to be the counter to Visage, because Visage wants to run you down. Bristle just turns his back. The birds into a Vanguard Bristle, they do so little damage, especially pre-level 12. It's actually like ridiculously hard to kill him. However, what Visage does have is Soul Assumption, which is a lot of magic nuke. And I've seen these game and matchups so many times now where I don't think it is just necessarily only one-sided for Bristleback. Because you can buy a Wraith Pack, you can itemize around it.
Well, already we're seeing that magic nuke damage come into play. Dahak's used 3 Soul Assumptions, Taneko a couple of stuns, and Lays, and worse for wear in that bottom lane, taking a tremendous amount of damage. That's going to give Dahak a nice little time here, securing his last hits. 2 for 2.
Lays knows this matchup. He has already brought out a salve. He understands he's going to get nuked down, and needs to get his braces and stats going just to help bring up that regen.
Taneko getting turned on a little bit, forcing him back and getting the kill. That's an important one for Navi. So now they can salve back up on Laser, like you said. Force Dahak back under his tower. Nice bit of revenge there for Navi out of Sweden Strong. I was peeking into mid lane, and I'm wondering here. Bat Rider, no stick against Zeus. Zeus does have one against Bat. What's the reason no one is just straight up rushing bottle?
I don't think you feel that the regen from ball is so nice, and with how many runes there are, I don't know if you necessarily need it. Just look how much damage no one's actually taking. By the time his ball comes, he's just going to be able to heal right back up to full with the bottle and then get the war rune. I think he just feels like he can out-regen with that and doesn't need a stick yet.
Okay. Make it a little bit later on. Have it queued up now.
Yeah.
In Lyle on 5 stacks. He's actually going aggressive here. Pops his stick. A level 2 Arc Lightning. Now drops no one pretty low, but you're right. Equal HP and mana. Means that bottle going to get full utilization. And the third lane, there are 3 in Dota 2. Up at top, V-Tune and Solo up against Noticed and Roger. It's like Shadow Shaman getting a pull off. But how much aggression can Navi have here? It's just a passive defend Bristle lane, isn't it?
I have been watching this lane. I'm very multi-talented. I can watch multiple lanes at once, yeah. They've been going on V-Tune a lot. He has the healing from Solo, getting this headdress, being able to give him some tangos. obviously using his own regen. But he's being pressured pretty hard on V2. His losses don't exactly show it. He's not exactly being like kept off the lane, but they keep trying to poke him on this off lane, throwing out the hammer. They shackle him, click him. They're not letting V2 just sit and last it for free, but they're not really able to kill him either. It's hard. He's a very tanky boy.
It's not been comfortable for him though, as Roger moves back to make sure these camps are blocked up. I'm going to try and pull large camp back into the wave, as this fire wave under the tier 1 of the Radiant, not where V2 wants to be. And he did a nice little move with his courier, sent it to the Radiant secret shop to grab his ring of health, so he gets it that little bit faster. Nice efficiency from V2's Bristle.
Ogre Frost Mage heading to the mid lane. This is the gank of all time. Whoa!
5 armor. I remember the days it was like 8 armor, 7 armor, something like that. It was a ridiculously strong creep. Soul Assumption, always problematic in that bottom lane for Lays. Another one comes with a wave of terror over the top, sniping him out from long range.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Oh, and I was talking about the efficiency play. Oh, hang on a second, they're killing the Frost Mage.
Oh,
down you go, Ogre. Shackled and killed. But V2, yeah, he microed his courier to the secret shop, brought out his ring of health, he delayed it in the Ancients for a little, like in the triangle for a little while, but then he left it mid, and Lal, I was wondering why Lal was tipping him. The courier was just sat in the river. They got free courier kill.
You got his ring of health, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he got it, no problems.
Misclick accident.
So he's going to leave that bounty rune for his mid laner. But we did just see, you know, a problem that BetBoom have in his top lane. And they tried to go on V2 with Shackles and Starbreaker, and I don't think he particularly cares.
With that ring of health, especially not. And they're gonna keep trying to go on him, and they should. To be fair, he's not got a 1. He's not bringing any other extra regen. There's a potential to whittle him down. Maybe when they get level 5, they might have the damage to do it. Chen's playing very hard in the jungle, so this was always alone.
He's gone aggressively towards Secret Shop, which opens him up to Roger and Otis just to kill the Bristle. And he must have had money for Vanguard, but yeah, over eager to finish it off.
You can't really do that. Like, Solo's leaving you alone. You just gotta respect that, especially when you're playing on under half health. This Mars is honestly, I feel, itemizing on Mars is despair mode. Like, playing this bot lane and dying the way he has, you want to get your bracer, you want to get your Falcon Blade, you want to get maybe 2 braces. You've seen 3 braces.
Look at them just hunting solo. Roger has been making his life miserable, and Notice makes a long rotation over because of this observer ward Roger got to place a little earlier on. He hid in the camp and just waited. That's trying to move in onto Lyle mid, but the heavenly jump gets him over the cliff, and he's level 6, so he's shackles and a bit more of this arc lightning damage might open it up for a kill with Seneco's help. But there's a tanky Batrider, pops his full 1, and he'll sustain. Oh, the bottle refill is going to be there, thanks to Solo Chen TPing in.
To quickly finish my thought, the Mars, like in this lane, he really needs the raindrops. So he's basically had to finish a full 1 and raindrops on top of only having 1 bracer. So I think he just feels a little bit unhappy. Like, his last hit comes a lot harder because he doesn't have the extra stats. And we'll see like all these denies from Visage. Like, his lane is actually quite hard. When typically we'd see Mars kind of owning. They're even looking to rotate here with Roger. I think another death here on Lays could really set his game back.
Oh, absolutely. I might just have to go on Sweden Strong though. The easier target. Burst down, the snap fire. Like you mentioned, Roger's rotation all the way in from the back, gets the snipe, and he still has shackles. So Lays, level 5, doesn't have arena to try and protect himself. Caught out by the move in from Roger, and the familiars are up. So enough damage and chain lockdown to give Dahak a killing spree.
What are the chances, man, of Dahak hitting his 6 at that exact moment as well? Just gives you all the damage you need when everyone's super low on mana.
Perfectly timed.
This is a level 5 Mars with no points in Bulwark and no soul ring, so he doesn't have that extra armor that you'd need in the lane. Hasn't finished his phase boost, so doesn't have armor from that. so difficult for him to lane because of all these small items he's had to buy to try and sustain.
Yeah, and he might just die again. Roger's here. He's looping in behind. Lays, Shackle. They'll dive this easily. They've got Solar Guardian over the top to absolutely secure the kill. Shut down the Mars. 8 minutes in, he's still level 5. 3 deaths on this Mars for Lays. And with a Catapult Wave, they're going to push straight into tier 1 on the safe lane.
What a good play. This is really nice.
And with Dark Visage, you know, we've seen him suffer in a few games where, like you were saying, right, that Enigma pick with the Marcy. Well, hang on a second, because top lane, they've got on the Bristle. V2 again, stepping too far forward. Caught out by Lala and Noticed, who both maneuver themselves top and now deny the tower with Seneko.
This is good news for you, Gary. This means that actually Navi will win this game because this is what happened last game.
Has been denied.
From Navi to BetBoom and then BetBoom won.
So it's like win laning stage, lose the game.
Yeah.
Radiant are scanning.
I don't know about that, Sheepo. Don't know about that one. Because yeah, like Dahak's Visage, when he's behind, it has looked like a bit of a struggle to get him back in the groove. But when he's ahead, I don't think I've seen Dahak lose games when he's when he's doing so well for himself.
It is possible, but it is definitely hard. We're rapidly approaching this 10-minute mark. Roger right now is being given this bot lane, which is a really nice play by BetBoom. They're setting themselves up for the Roche. Like by Dahak jungling here, Roger will get his level 5. By 10 minutes, he can take the tome, and then he'll have his level 6. But they don't need to give it to Venge, and then they can just swing right into the Roche pit. And Navi will need to use Chen to scout it and think about it. It should at least be on their minds, because yeah, in like 1 minute from now, you have the potential to have this Aegis, and then you're just in such a great position on BetBoom.
Yeah, I mean, one big upside, though, for Navi is that the mech's done for solo. He's closing on level 6, so you will have this burst heal coming out of the Chen when the initiations are made by BetBoom, or when those moves, you know, towards tier 1s and Roche are in play. I think it's been difficult for no one to really find his place on this map. Like, okay, Mars has had a tragic game. He's less than 3,000 net worth 10 minutes in. But no one's bad. Even with Boots of Travel, he still needs, you know, that time for BKB. He needs space to be able to farm through jungle and stacks in the Ancients. And I don't think right now he's got anyone to play with. Like, your Snap is underleveled, your Mars is underleveled. You really need these teamfight ultis to actually play in a lane.
I think Snap's okay. There's a courier with a book on it coming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she has 6 now.
That's nice.
They're going to take bot tower, or at least... This is the thing. Right now, I think BetBoom can just go Roche instantly and take it, because they're going to be playing bot for this tower to try and trade and force the issue. Roche wants to be playing bot to take the Ancients. I'm actually just going for a mid fight instead.
Oh, the smoke breaks. No one see them coming. He does. Fireflies up to the right, but the Zeus able to close the gap, and no one. Burst down to half HP already. Finally got Graf, negating the heal from Chen, blowing up the Mars as well. Now it's a bloodbath. Sweden strong TP'd into the Fen just to die. And solos Chen, what are you doing? A double for Dahak, and Navi obliterated.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Holy moly, what a fight. I totally thought they were just gonna dodge this idea. I mean, I guess seeing 4 heroes bot, you feel like, yeah, okay, never mind, we don't need to take Roche, we can just take the tower instead, which is just as good, to be fair, because the earlier the Roche is, it's kind of like a good and a bad thing. If you get it really quickly, then it means your second Roche, the big strong Roche that you can use to kind of win the game, it comes earlier, and you'll get that shot earlier, so that's the nice thing, right? But on the other hand, are you really utilizing a 10-minute Aegis to its fullest? Maybe you want to couple my items, maybe it's fine to just wait 79 seconds now for this next Serpent Ward and then take it. It's not like the end of the world to delay by a minute and a half, and taking this mid tower, which can become really hard to take if the enemy defend it well. You're getting that objective out the way now. I think you're pretty damn happy. This was best case scenario for them, getting so many kills. And covering the TPs from Navi with the Dawn ult too. Just like made the area denial really strong.
Yeah, that's like there's no zone for Navi to play into. And this has got to be one of the hardest situations to be in, decision-making wise anyway, because you kind of have two paths as Navi, right? You've got a strong Bristle Bank, you've got heals from Chen, You've got teamfight ultis from Snap and Mars. So you have tools, and you can think about playing aggressively to try and break the rut, get back into the game, make the plays with this Batrider, like they're doing bot onto Roger. As he turns around and just shackles up the bat. Blaze doesn't have spear anymore, so Roger just stands in the arena, doesn't give a damn about Navi's initiation. So you can make these aggressive plays, or you can kind of sit back and farm and get to your item timings, the BKB on bat, the Bristle with the Aghanim Scepter, and then you're letting the opponents farm and scale and accelerate at the same time. So it's like, which direction do you want to go? Passive or aggressive?
Navi right now, the wards are coming up on Bet Boom. They have a smoke. They might smoke to this Roach Pit. They might try and take top tower. You have two clear objectives open to you. If Navi is just going to play bot the way they are, and Bet Boom have a ward, like two good wards out that spots all this movement, I think they can just do whatever they want.
No one. Can't be done again. Sweden strong there to cookie him away from Dahak. Yeah, they've got smoke here on Roger. Looks like they want to try group up around that mid tower, push out one more wave, think about heading into Roche like you've been saying. Navi in a good position to combat that though. 4 heroes in the top jungle all farming together.
They're actually just moving in really aggressively. Dahak has the drums before finishing Wraith Pack, so his ability to fight is much better.
Yeah, he's gone for early boots as well. We've seen him skip the boots quite often. So what's the difference maker here for him to buy boots rather than finish off the Wraith Pack? Go for the he's opting for more move speed in this game in particular.
They are rotating a fair amount. I'm not sure, maybe it's just preference or playing into slows with the sticky napalm with the bristle goo.
Yeah, makes sense. Don't get caught out. Yeah, Navi. Yeah, you said it. They've done the research. They know that this Roche timing is absolutely available to Bet Boom, so they smoke, they move. But Zeus, with the overwhelming vision from that Thunder Wrath, sees them all moving towards the triangle. Navi repurpose that smoke into a push mid, but look at the damage onto Laze. He's going to get chain stunned, the Hand of God, and a bit of heal from the mech, keeping the Mars alive to allow him to turn. Good swap out of the kisses though, keeps Noticed up and running, while V-Tune chasing Suneko, but unable to stick on a target and kill her off. And now Familiar's landing on the Bristleback. He's the target of choice for Roger and his Serpent Wards. Does have the shackles available again. Throw in some more Soul Assumption spells towards the back of V-Tune, but he's too tanky. Instead, now, he's being hunted. Dahak's Familiars. Acorn shots bouncing between them, but he lands them on top of Mars's head. And Sweden strong, and you all right to get away from this. It doesn't look like it. The blast damage from this Lightning Bolt and Soul Assumption, just way too much to handle.
Why risk trying to do a Roche under the noses of Navi when you can simply kill them and do it instead?
Yeah, why kill creeps? Why kill towers? Kill heroes. And now it's Roche time. Wraith Pack done on Dahak's Visage. Deso there for Notice. Makes this a very simple endeavor.
I thought that would go way worse for Bet Boom after the mech and the Chen heal.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like totally disengaged. They wasted so many spells on the Mars. They revealed all of their positions off of this. It ended up just not mattering because at the same time, this swap nullified the Mars arena and kisses, and I think they missed all the kisses on the bench too. They just all their damage kind of disappeared, and suddenly Bat doesn't want a hard commit, and he doesn't have a BKB yet. Scary. They do have a lot of stuns, and this chase from Bet Boom, which is way stronger with the aura from the drums, drum active. Roger just being right up there in position, healing himself. He's not afraid at all.
Yeah, so this is why I asked the question earlier of what does Navi do? Do they want to sit back and passively wait for their items to hit a timing like we've seen teams like One Move do, for example, right? They kind of draw the game out. Even at the Arlington Major, one of the greatest praises for some of the Chinese teams like RNG and LGD was their ability to come out of a losing laning stage and buy time for themselves to hit a timing. Whether it's the best timing they can or what they wanted when they drafted the hero, it doesn't matter. It's a timing that they can play around and win a team fight. But Navi opting to go for the other direction, which is try and push the issue, force Bet Boom back away from their plans. Solo is going to get picked off in the enemy forest. His army will survive for now, it looks like.
I like what you're saying. Navi definitely approaching it one way, but
is under
it's
attack.
kind of wonky and scuffed because Bet Boom are pushing there too harder.
Roger. Oh, the Solar Guardian. Is that healing? He's living and killing. I noticed. Yeah, well, that's it. Well deserved. Notice comes in and saves the day. Oh my god, no one doesn't see the Shadow Shaman, and now he's being hunted. The spear misses, but so does the Starbreaker. Can Lal find a bit of vision and jump they need? Nah, the Batrider's going to TP. Roger's still here. Where did he come from? I thought he was going to run back to Fountain, but now he's got Tranquil Boots and a Blink Dagger. Jumps back in towards the Lays Mars, who is now 1-6-0.
Roger's finished his Blink before Mars, bro. At this point, you gotta call it. He's making you into a support on the enemy team. I mean, Roger, he blinked up and dodged that sticky napalm that would have killed him.
Illusion!
He just continues to wrap, use that ward for the vision. Playing so well.
Yeah, superb play from Bet Boom. Now stealing Ancients away from Navi. Tier 2 neutral items and swap the Bristle back in. Serpent Ward to Familiars. He's meant to be tanky. He's meant to be tanky. But he just isn't.
Not when you got 4 heroes hitting you with every single spell in their arsenal, yeah.
Wraith Pack, Serpent Wards, Familiars. Chuck the kitchen sink at him as well while you're at it. Oh, wait, they found Lays? Okay, no. Seneca just having a crack at the Mars. Interesting cookie. Interesting cookie. Sweden strong, stuck on the low ground now. They've arenaed up this Dawn and Avenge, but Lays is just alone. And Navi is just bleeding out now. It's all falling apart. Solo's being dived by Familiars outside their own base, on their doorstep.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They're utilizing wards again, so what they're warding this series has been absolutely S tier. Having that high ground ward in the enemy jungle, having the lane ward bot, having this high ground ward bot, like you see everything. You know exactly where Navi is at all times. You're able to just smoke and run to whatever side of the base that you want. Like, it's 19 minutes and these guys are trapped in their own base. And how tragic is that? And this network lead will only increase during this, giving Dawnbreaker the Aegis, knowing that she's topping this net worth chart, has a Deso. Like, she's so strong too. Like, you just look at the Hawk. Yeah, the Hawk is playing his hero, but like, notice this cannot go unnoticed either.
Yeah. A true carry coming out of that Dawnbreaker.
Just the amount of net worth on Roger is so hard to. Like, you look at Blaze, he finally gets an arena off. It's not bad, and they're trying to punish this aggressive move by Bet Boom, and Roger is just there with his Blink disengaging it, and Navi don't have the items to re-jump. It's so hard for them to play.
And so far, Lal has been untouched completely. 408 on the Zeus. A Yule Scepter, able to keep him at a distance.
Probably still plays though. I think this smoke is a little rough because Lays is 25 gold off of having a Blink Dagger. There is a universe where they can blink and get off their spells and win a fight because they're, like you said in the drafting phase, they don't have BKBs. They don't naturally buy them on a lot of their heroes. Like Lays will get one, not Lays, sorry, Notice will get one next up, but the Zeus, the Visage, these are definitely killable heroes. Yeah. Visage obviously has that shot though, so he has his defensive capabilities, but if you're able to like win a fight and force it on, oh god, no, Roger.
They saw Roger, they were going for Roger, but no one is the one to die first. Navi desperately need to trade out of the back of this. Throws the Serpent Wards down, he will drop, but look at how quickly Bet Boom swarm down towards the bottom lane. They're ready here with familiar stuns landing on Solo and V2, and they're blowing up Lays as well as Sweden strong, and notice he's the one to come out with a triple kill. Swap back from Seneca as well. V2 displaced out of his base, Star broken, killed off, and Dark on a wicked 6 streak. Another massive team fight for Bet Boom as they're diving behind tier 3s. Notice is going for it, he looks forward, Starbreaker, 3 hits, cracks down the chin.
Notice God.
25-2. Navi with no hope left.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
I love his Dawnbreaker. So aggressive, so brave.
When did we start this series? An hour and a half ago?
Yeah.
Dire's bottom barracks.
Bedboom really just sweeping it, huh?
Jeez.
Navi are making coordinated moves. They feel so pulled apart by Bedboom, and they just aren't able to regain their footing. This smoke without your blink, just being apart, having no one getting picked off and not being ready to fight around it. Imagine if they had been there with a counter initiate with an arena. It felt so hard for them to do anything to punish Bedboom there, and they have their spells, okay? They have their spells. They have BKB on bat. They could definitely potentially take a fight here. Yes, you've got one lane. It's okay. You have an Ags on Bristlebite. You have damage. A smoke now with this blink on Mars. Hail those kisses down. Get a lasso off. Like, here's the thing. Here's what I was saying earlier. If you force Visage to use Shard, he's technically out of action then for the fight. And that could be the time needed to kill, say, Noticed. Right? If someone can burst down this Venge, if you can get a lasso onto Notice, you can definitely put out the damage to kill them. They don't have BKBs yet.
It's in these kind of games where it really feels like Bedboom have some like military strategist working with them, because like there's something they used to do in the old days, like the big fights and warfare. It wasn't just 1,000 people charging into 1,000 people like we see in the movies. There's a lot of like tactics going into it. But there's this idea of like creating a vacuum where you let your opponents kind of go into a space, you create a space for them to go into, and then you surround them. And that's what Bedboom do so often, right? They let Navi move into a lane, or they let Navi smoke and go into an area, and then all of a sudden they're surrounded by horsemen and archers, and there's no actual route out for them. Because Navi in that bottom lane, they saw Roger, and they're like, okay, here's an opportunity. We'll go snipe Roger. We'll get a kill. We'll move across the map. We'll push out lanes. And all of a sudden, it's not just Roger. There's a Solar Guardian in there. There's 4 heroes surrounding you.
Their options are just getting smaller and smaller. They smoke, looking for that fight. Don't quite get it. They re-smoke, thinking like, this is our timing, we have to make something happen now. And I agree, I actually think that those 2 smokes were a good idea, but the Zeus sniffing it out, using that ult, it totally ruins their move, and then their wards get dewarded as well, so that now you see them swing to the spot cliff and play around these wards instead, like, okay, well, this will be our space, our safe area. What are you losing from that? You're losing Roche. You don't have Roche control now.
And that's a pretty quick one at that. Plenty of minus armor from this Venge and Dawnbreaker. She gets bashed mid-Starbreaker by the Roche, but no problems. Grabs the Aegis again, and there's a shard on the floor in there.
Top tower is under attack.
It's only gonna get worse. They've purchased a gem. I love these early gems. We talked about it a little bit in past broadcasts. Becoming a very hard trend in these qualifiers.
Yeah, it seems like every game, like 20 minutes in, someone's buying a gem.
Dire's top tower.
Now Bedboom the ones that smoke out of the pit up towards high ground. Blink, BKB, and Dawnbreaker. She sees someone, she's jumping and killing them. Like, Solo here has got to be so wary of his positioning. At some point, you have to make a jump. You have to have a team fight to stop your buildings falling.
I think blinking with BKB is how you throw this game, so I hope Notice doesn't do that.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Reaching their front right. Has his own BKB.
I think it's fine just because of the Aegis.
Well, do catch out Notice with a blink spear. Notice comes back in with a Starbreaker to regen a bit of life, and V2, he's diving to hunt into the backlines. He just claimed, but your racks are already falling. Melee down, ranged about to drop. So that's the Bristleback BKB for an Aegis, while the arena from Mars don't trap 2 inside. Good kisses. Lol. And Suneko being focused, but it's got no one into that arena. Allow Notice just to open up and shred through 2 heroes quickly in a row. And now with a lasso on him, the rest of them can focus down Sweden strong. This has got to be game. Triple buyback from Navi, but no Bristleback for 40 seconds. And Bedboom just goes straight in towards mid, and there it is. No one calls it. 1 hour and 42 minutes it took for Bedboom to take down Navi. 2-game series. A best of 3 didn't last long. My predictions slightly incorrect. I went for Lol for all 4. He got 3 of them, but Noticed was the highest net worth.